Masquera say, Mure Zimbabwe, welcome to our channel Zoom Confessions and Deep Secrets. Kana kari kikutanga kukuya paneno channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Kana chungwa gara, our subscribe, but don't forget to comment and share this video. Nasi Mure Zimbabwe takwigirai nyaya yabuditswa the Children of Zimbabwe War Veterans Association. Ababuda vachitaura ivo vachita pasina kumira mushe hazvisina kunaka. Chabvondoka the former Geza West MP Job Sikhala hanzi vabuda vachitoa his unwavering support for Comrade Geza. Vabuda vachitaura ivo vachiti zvakare vabvuma kushanda nema-war veterans mure Zimbabwe. Vakataura ivo vachiti they are ready for the signal from our veterans and we fully support any progress inowanikwa ichifadza ruzhinji. Vabuda their Exile, the Children of Zimbabwe War Veterans Association, vachitaura vachiti vibrant pro-democracy activist and former Geza West MP Honorable Job Sikhala has thrown his unwavering support for Comrade Geza and the war veterans. He said, "We are ready for a signal from war veterans. We fully support any progressive minds and that of the people's interests at large. Hashtag 2030. Tufunga murungu yona niyo post rapo ya postwa the Children of Zimbabwe Veterans Association mure Zimbabwe. Singazive kuti muneona sei nyaya iyi kubatana kwa Job Sikhala pamwechete navageza. A lot of people vanosanganisirawo zvakare vanakasukuere, they are saying they are backing Geza mure Zimbabwe. Sinzi zvakataurwa navageza everyone ari kumira navo. Tisingazive kuti munoona sei nyaya yetu dzenyu zvamuri kufunga mucomment section. Yova Job Sikhala vakabuda on his Exile vakataura ivo vachiti, there are many questions I ask myself today whether I have done enough to fight against ZANU-PF evil system and dictatorship and the injustice that we witnessed all our lives. Did I rise enough during my youth days to fight the dark system? Did I do enough to make the way for the regime runs our country and deliver the change we so much desire? When looking at elders like the war veteran Blessed Geza and the team becoming the hero of our youth today, where did we miss it as youths? Blessed Geza is a 72-year-old veteran of the liberation struggle. During his youth days, he left his mother and father and went to fight against the white minority oppression. He was brave in his youth and still brave in his adult life. The young and the middle-aged are now looking forward to him to fight once more again against the oppressor of today. Where have our youth gone? What is happening to them? Are they satisfied with the status quo to leave it to elders like Blessed Geza to stand bravely challenging the evil system? Arrests, deaths, and torture are expected consequences of life when you are dealing with a ruthless and evil dictatorship. Are our youths of today so scared of the above-mentioned consequences? Below is the picture. It was in 2001 when I was a young boy, after release by the courts for having mobilized the masses of our people to repel a pending arrest of the late President Morgan Tsvangirai after his famous "If you don't want to go peacefully, we will remove you violently," telling Mugabe. Myself, Tafadzo Msekiwa, and the then Mabuku Member of Parliament, Mutenda Zamera, held several rallies mobilizing the masses of our people to go in our tens and thousands to welcome President Morgan Tsvangirai at the Harare International Airport back from the foreign trip he undertook after his MDC's first anniversary address in Rufaro Stadium. Thousands responded and the regime panicked and arrested us for mobilizing the masses to thwart the arrest of President Tsvangirai. President Tsvangirai then came back using a private jet and landed at Buffalo Range Airport in Chiredzi. He then phoned Ganik Sikova Doa and Makenge Denge, the then hatchet men of the regime at the CID Law and Order, that they were looking for him. He advised them that they could come and pick him up at his house. By that time, we were already in the police cells at the Harare Central Police Station. The arrest did not cow me into submission, but was the beginning of the culmination in my endless arrest by the regime every week, pressing one charge after the other. We cannot abdicate the future of our country to elders who have long played their role. The challenge is our generation of today. Have we done enough to free ourselves? Tuzataura na Sikhala muri Zimbabwe achitaura iye achiti nguva yake akazama as a youth chinzi chichiri kuitika kuma youth amazuva ano, and why is it that vari kumirira an old man like Geza akashanda nguva yake youth kurwira vanhu hondo, and why is it that vanhu mayouth amazuva ano amirira vanhu vakuru vakaita sana Geza achitaura there is need for action muri Zimbabwe. Tingazive kuti munoiona sei nyaya iyi muri Zimbabwe vaGeza havasi kumira, vari kutaura ivo vachiti aiwa vaMnangagwa nguva yavo yakwana, hanzi vakasabviswa vakasabva vega pachigaro, hanzi hazvisi kuzopera mushe. They are going to make sure ma masses apinda mustreet owanikwa achivabvisa muri Zimbabwe. Tikaziva kuti munoona sei nyaya iyi, tiudziwe zvamuri kufunga pamusoro penyaya iyi mucomment section. According to my G40 members, vari kutaura ivo vachiti aiwa chazoputika chazokala this year nyika yeZimbabwe ichawanikwa ichisunungurwa muri Zimbabwe. Vaseveka Sukuwere vakataura ivo vachibheka Geza vachiti aiwa is now a done deal, 2030 hakusisina, hanzi 2030 ichaonekwa pawatch, and only 2030 ichaonekwa is 8:30 pawatch. Uta Mzembe vakabudawo vachitaura ivo vachiti this year vari kudzoka kumusha, vari kudzoka nyika yeZimbabwe. Muri Zimbabwe munyaya yakabudirwa neZW News vachitaura ivo vachiti one of the exiled Generation 40 leaders, Walter Mzembe, says he will be returning to Zimbabwe this year. Mzembe says there has been calls for the G40 leaders to come back home and help rebuild the country, but adds it was not yet time to do so because they were declared enemies of the state by President Emerson Mnangagwa's regime. Posting on his X handle, Mzembe said this year he will be returning to Zimbabwe as the country would have been freed from the current regime. Many Zimbabweans missed this enemy of the state declaration by President against G40, maybe because many were still in some kind of honeymoon over the new dispensation. It is this kind of hate declarations only reserved for those who have committed treason that must be recited for any victim to begin even to consider coming back home yet. I am familiar with statecraft. I know what it means. Hope this clarifies and answers thousands who urge us to come back home. It's not yet Uhuru, but soon in this year it will happen. He was reacting to former Central Intelligence Organization Minister Rumbie, who described those opposing views as enemies of the state. Mzembe added that currently the country is in a mode that many people may not understand what is really happening. We are in a season of Shakespearean riddles where things are not what they seem, codified and encrypted messaging which will only make sense to several recipients. Silent messaging is taking over too much intrigue except a few loud and sophisticated fools who will rail on. Though zvakataurwa naMzembe muri Zimbabwe, tingazive kuti zvinopera mushe here hataura yachiti this year ari kudzoka kumba nyika ichange yasunungurwa from ZANU-PF regime. Tingazive kuti munoona sei nyaya yetiudziwe zvamuri kufunga mucomment section.